All right, welcome to day 21 of Minecraft Survival. Yesterday, I was working on the farm area, and that episode, seriously, that took so long to record, and I feel like I didn't get nearly as much done as I felt like I should have. I don't know, I feel like I was being so indecisive about how to make certain things look, and I don't know. Like I've mentioned a couple times, I'm just really learning as I'm playing again that part of the reason that I haven't built in the past is maybe not necessarily because I can't build or not because I'm not good at building, but just because it takes me forever to eventually decide, okay, this is the way that I want this to look. And I say all that to say that the whole thing that I worked on in the middle, I've now taken down. I spent like an hour and a half messing with that, trying to get like a little chicken farm thing going, and then just ended up deciding I'm gonna approach chicken breeding and stuff completely differently than I was initially anticipating. And so we're gonna go over there and work on some of that stuff in a couple of minutes here. But first, I wanted to see if I can get a Fletcher real fast. The problem is, I think that all these guys are linked to other things right now. So I don't know, and all that stuff downstairs is what they're linking to. But the reason that I want to try to get a Fletcher is because of the fact that, as I've been reading through all the comments across the course of this series, there's a lot of super useful information that I've gotten from people telling me stuff that I just totally didn't realize, and things that have changed in the game that I didn't know, and things like that. So, this guy, he became a Fletcher. Sweet. Okay, so sticks. I just need to get a ton of sticks then. So people have been given a whole bunch of useful information, and I've highly appreciated it. So thank you for engaging in the comments and giving me info about stuff that I am so clueless about. So one of the things was that rather than consistently trying to trade with wheat, I should be just using sticks. So we've got a Fletcher now for that. And then this guy, so he's a butcher. I don't know. It must be a, what? I always forget. A smelter. Or not a smelter. The thing that cooks food really fast. That must be what they're linking to downstairs. Okay, so I've got a chest there, chest there, chest there, chest there. Not that these are important. It's more for aesthetics right now. Do I like that? I was up here earlier looking at this going, what's going to look good in terms of decor and all that in this room, I guess. And yeah, excuse me. Holy crap. I'm choking on my own spit. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like the chests look a little bit lame, like it's not really a good decoration, but I'm just gonna stick them here for now, and we can move them. But at least I have them crafted and they're up here, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. But let's do this. The reason that I decided to start messing with the whole Fletcher thing right now is because, do I have it on me? I don't. My super uber elite awesome shovel is very nearly broken. So because of that, I feel like I really need to go ahead and get mending on it. I still don't have a great way that I can actually get it repaired, because with mending, because of the fact that since I'm on bedrock, I can't put it in my offhand. So I'm gonna have to figure out like a little different way to approach having mending on there. But I think that because of some of the stuff I want to do over at the farm today, it's going to be imperative that I have mending on it, because I need to get more of the hill chopped down and stuff. So as you can see, it's down in the orange right now. So it's not quite red, but it's also not quite green. So we're not in good shape with that. So I need to sort that issue out. Also, let me do this real fast. So I have no more wool there. What are the different types of wool, like carpet specifically? Because that was something else that someone reminded me of in the comments. I knew that you could put carpet on certain things so that you can jump over, but mobs can't. So I want to do that. Someone reminded me of that in the comments, and I want to do that over at the farm. But I don't know what color I want to go with, because over there right now we've got, let me think. So I've got I wonder if I did like light gray, that would probably kind of blend in. I wonder if I should do that because of the fact that then it's not super noticeable. Because that was part of the reason I didn't want to do it originally, was because of the fact that it's going to stick out. I've also considered red though, because I was already, you know what? Yeah, let's do red because of the fact that I was already going to do the mangrove uh, planks over there and then decided against it. I think that would work nicely because it was already a color that I had kind of partially selected and then eventually decided against it because I just decided I didn't really want to do planks over there in the first place. So let me make, okay, perfect. So that makes 6. So that should be all that I need because I really just need to be able to probably get in. The main thing is being able to get in from 4 locations because there's 4 like pens over there. And then let me think. So let me also, while I'm in here, I'm going to grab, since dark oak I think is my most readily accessible thing right now because of the fact that I just keep growing it out here. So I think I'm going to use that for sticks. So let's do this. I'm just going to make a whole bunch of sticks real fast. This is probably, what I'm curious about is I should probably figure out like how many sticks do you need to get the amount of emeralds that I'm going to want? Oh, you know what? While I'm here as well, do I still have... Oh, I do. I have a decent amount of books. So, and I should only need 1 because at the moment I'm probably not going to spend the time getting all of the like sticks and stuff necessary to get multiple mending books. So for now, I'll just kind of stick with 1 and we can worry about others later. I think maybe the next thing to put mending on might be... maybe a chest piece because of the fact that I want to get, I want to start wearing diamond armor. I mean, I've got that whole diamond suit downstairs. Ooh, and you know what? Keeping chests here is probably a good idea anyway. I'm going to stick this wood in here for the time being. And then also, let me just shove some other stuff in here that I don't need. Because here's what I want to do real fast. I want to count. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10. So let's say 10 stacks right now of sticks. What was that? Oh, maybe that was him crafting or something. So what can that get me? Okay, yeah, cuz it's 32 per emerald. Sweet. Okay. And on the Fletcher, he levels up pretty slowly, which is actually good, because then maybe his prices won't go up too quickly. And he eventually becomes... okay, so now he's in... oh, he's already an apprentice. Okay, so never mind. Maybe he does level up kind of quick. So he's an apprentice. A journeyman is this. Let me see. What do you need? How many? I need 26. Okay. So I need 26 for that. I like that it's funny that... oh, man. Okay, so maybe I should make another Fletcher then. Because I think... don't you have to turn him into, like, a zombie villager? Okay, what I was trying to say... I always get distracted and start talking about something else. I love that they pull out their trades and stuff when you've got emeralds in your hands. Or when you're... yeah, specifically when you've got emeralds in your hands, they pull out stuff like, hey, you want to... like, I'll trade you for that. Also, this guy, I think since he's green, I think he's basically like I think he's basically useless. So I need 26. I've got 16. So let me see if I can get one of these other guys to become a Fletcher, I guess, real fast. And I'm going to leave these sticks in here. And, you know, actually, I'll leave the emeralds here, too, because I don't think... they won't, like, rob your chest, will they? I don't think that's how it works, but... it's still something I've been curious about. That's a mechanic I don't know about because I do think... I know they'll interact with different things, so I would assume they might interact with chests. I feel like I've seen them open a chest before, but I don't know if they'll necessarily take anything out. Unless it's like something related to their profession. I don't know. But real fast, while I'm over here, what did I come over here for? I came over here for something that I don't remember. Oh yeah, oh yeah, for one, I was looking at the carpet, and I figured might as well get this up real fast. So let's say, if I've got it here, okay, cool, so I can jump They cannot. So I wonder, it might not be a bad idea to even just, since I'm putting these down anyway, use this as a way to like as a decoration. So maybe I should put it on either side of each of these corner and like the middle portions too. Just because it'll make it look a little more even that way, and it'll feel less like I'm utilizing the carpet as a way to get in and out, and more like it's like a functional decoration or something. So I've got a way into this one, way into that one, way into this one. Okay, so let's put a couple over here, and once I have more wool, I'll add the rest of these in, because that's all I've got right now. And then also, while I'm here, I've got lanterns on each of these, and I crafted a whole bunch of lanterns. I crafted more than I knew I was going to need right now, just because then I'd have them available. And so another thing is, I want to begin moving out this way, because like I was saying yesterday, I don't think I necessarily want the farm to get any closer to the town center than this. And by the way, I'm not leaving that way. I am going to turn that into basically the whole design that I came up with yesterday before I started all my nonsense with the chicken farm. But we're going to do that in a little bit. So yeah, I don't really want the farm to go further out this way for now, I think. So I want to move out that way. And I think in terms of pens right now, that's as much as I really want. So over here is where I'm going to start actually putting down the crops again. All the crops that I took down yesterday. So I'm going to start moving out this way, but that's one of the reasons why I need to get mending on that shovel, is to potentially repair it a bit. And then I can really start pulling the dirt down over here, because this pick is totally fine. Like as I'm digging through here, it's like, boom, okay, I found some coal, mend my pick, done. But that shovel it's in rough shape. But I did decide if I can't get like fortune on here for the time being, then I can just do a whole bunch of iron shovels, I guess. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to go try to turn someone else into a Fletcher. We'll try to get the last few emeralds. And, oh yeah, also, so since yesterday, I like pulled my chests and stuff out here, resorted them over here for the time being. Just that way I have everything I need as we're working over here. But then it's not like inside here. Also, we have more pigs because my pigs ended up getting out again, and I just went and found more. So now we've got 4. Okay, so yeah, let me go try to make another Fletcher, and I'll be back shortly. So here's something I just remembered. If you like let them cool down or something, or think about life for a couple of minutes, the trade opens back up. I don't know if there's like a certain amount of time, and it's like, okay, you can calculate that if you walk away for like 5 minutes, the trade will open back up. I don't really know how that works. It doesn't really matter though. So I can keep trading with this guy. Grab a couple more. I'll just, I guess, grab as many as I can right now. And wait, actually, let me see real fast. So that puts me at 24. Let me make some more steaks. And I'm trying to decide, should I just keep going right now until he locks out again, maybe, and just get as many emeralds as possible? Because I'm going to need more eventually anyway. So I feel like it doesn't hurt to keep going. Although there probably is a mechanic where it does hurt to keep going, but I don't know. Okay, but he's locked out for now again anyway, so I got to give him time to cool down. So let's do this. Got emeralds. Let's grab another Mehending book. Very nice. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to leave my emeralds up here, and I'm going to take this stuff back out, because, ooh, and you know what I should do, though? Let's do this real fast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch everything I've got here into sticks, and then I'll just leave all these sticks here for next time. For the next time we come to visit, and so then there's already some waiting here. This is not that many sticks compared to really what I had, but at least they'll be waiting up here. Because I've got those, probably another 5 trees growing out there right now, dark oak, so I can just go chop those down if I need more dark oak at the moment. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and switch these as well, and throw all those in there. Oops, sorry, my friend. Okay, so now let's go and actually throw mending on this. And I know I'm still getting in and out of here in a really stupid way, but I just haven't decided how exactly I want to set up a way for me to get in get in and out without them getting in and out. So still got to figure that out. But for the time being, it works to just break through the wall. Also, as I've been seeing sheepses, I've been trying to kill them. That way I just get some wool from the wild. And here's what I've learned. I don't think that looting works on wool. When it comes to mutton, it works, because there's times when I'm killing sheep and I'm getting multiple pieces of mutton, but it does not appear to work with wool because I'm always getting one piece. So that answers my question about if I should be killing the sheep with the looting sword, or if I should just be shearing them. And when it comes to the farm, I think I should just be shearing them, because then like they'll just grow back their wool and everything. It'll probably be faster in the long run, rather than using looting, which doesn't appear to even work on wool. So let's do that. So now we've got Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, Efficiency 4, Mending 1. So here's what I'm thinking. This is the theory that I've been wanting to try. I just didn't have Mending on this to give it a shot. Let's try... you know what, actually, I'm going to dump a couple things out of my inventory real fast, because... So I've been kind of using this chest as a chest for, like, stuff that I need to remember to take when I leave the house. So I'll stick this stuff in here, because I got to remember to take this when I go back over to the farm. But here's what I want to do, is I'm going to go into the nether real fast. I'm going to... And let's just, I guess, go do it now. I'm going to bust up some quartz, and if I'm standing a little bit away from it and I switch to my shovel... Oh, there's a chicken in here. And I switch to my shovel. Will the XP mend my shovel? I believe it will. So maybe that's what I should do, is just basically come in here and like break up quartz. Oh, and you know what? Probably best way to grab quartz is to just go into my like underground thing. Well, it's not the best way, but it's the safest way for now. But I have a feeling that this should work totally fine. The only problem is it's going to be like, I need to do this. I got to be kind of away from it. That way I don't pick up all the XP. But see, it still kind of finds you is the problem. So let me switch over to this. So I know, and here's the thing. Like, I know that it'll work, but it might just be kind of annoying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and just kind of mine quartz for a bit. I guess I kind of get the best of both worlds. Like, I'll be able to use my fortune pick, and then I'll just kind of... so I'll still get a ton of quartz, but then I'll just switch over to my shovel and try to get this as repaired as possible. So I'm going to try to get this back to full, and I'll just keep doing this for a bit, and I'll be back soon. Look at that. I found some ancient Deborah. I figured it would be helpful to kind of come down here, because even though there's not as much quartz, I've definitely found it's easier to find quartz when you're just sort of walking through the area. Man, there's 3 right together. That's crazy. I have found it's easier to just find quartz when you're just sort of walking through an open area. Probably not because it spawns more frequently, but it's just easier to see. But I figured coming down here, I get the opportunity of getting quartzes, as well as possibly getting ancient Deborahs. So that's awesome. And I'm still kind of the way that I've been approaching farming ancient debris is I'm honestly just gonna make this level of the world is just gonna be my area where I farm, and I'm just gonna keep kind of going through like this and hoping that I find it. And I might end up soon, just so that maybe I can get this repaired a bit faster. I might end up just going to the surface, because of the fact that it's gonna take a lot longer to find quartz down here, and therefore a lot longer to get XP. Plus, this does a lot of durability damage to my pick too, doing this, so I never really like to do this too long. But anyway, that's another 3 ancient Deborah, so I'm happy about that. It's pretty nice. Crap, I am being attacked by an Enderman, and I did end up deciding to come back up here, because it was like I was not getting the things that I needed. Oh, he's on fire! Suck it! I wasn't getting like enough quartz down there. It was just a lot of digging, doing a lot of damage to my pick for very little return. I'm just gonna let him keep walking into the lava, I guess, or into the fire. As soon as I kill him, I want to show you something. I managed to get more ancient Deborah while I was down there, but I can't remember how many. So I've got to show you once I can open my inventory. So I mean, what was I at? 3 when I was last recording? So like I got like 5 more pieces while I was down there. And this is working for repairing the shovel, obviously. I mean, you can see how much more life the shovel has now. But the problem is, there's a little bit of a payoff. Like, it just takes some time because as you're... Wow, what in the world? Just hit him. Why am I not hitting him? There we go. My goodness. I got hit by a fireball a few minutes ago. Man, and they just keep spawning. Would you stop? Yeah, the payoff is... Or sort of the trade-off is that like, you do this, essentially. So this is all that I've been doing. Is I stand way back, mine a whole bunch of this. When I get to a spot where it starts to, like, flood towards me and I can't stay away from it, I put shovel in my hand, walk up. So it's working, but the problem is then you're doing durability to the pick. So it just takes more time. Because once I finish with this, I'm going to have to... like, once I finish fully repairing the shovel, I'm going to have to stay in here a little bit longer and mine some more to... get the pick back to full. So it takes time, but obviously it's still worth it because then you're not like having to re-enchant stuff and you're not wasting diamonds and things. So it works. It's just a little tedious. So who knows? Maybe I'll find a better way to do it eventually. But for now, I think this is okay. So my goal right now is just to get the pick and the sword back up to full durability, and then I'll go back to the service and we'll keep working on farming stuff. But I want these to be in tip-top shape before I go back. Alright, so even though it took some time, I got a brand new shovel now, brand new pick. This is awesome. Mending is literally one of the best things that was ever added to the game, I think. It's super convenient. And it took some time. It took me a while because of the fact that, like I was saying, I got to like switch back and forth between the pick and the shovel, but it worked. So I've got both of these back to full now, which is sweet. Ended up with eight ancient debris, so I'm going to go ahead and get that smelting real fast and just kind of clear out my inventory while I'm sitting here. Also ended up with another like 2.5 stacks of quartz, which is nice. That will definitely be used. And more gold, you know, just ended up with... it was a good trip. It worked out well. So what I'm going to do is... Oh, yeah, and also, so someone commented about the fact that because I have Fortune 3, any piece of gravel I break automatically turns into flint, which is awesome. So there was a point when I was in the nether digging around where I came upon gravel and tried it, and literally every piece turns to flint. So, like, whenever I need flint, I will have plenty, which is nice, which is good, because once I actually do get some sort of chicken farm going, it'll be nice for making arrows, which is why I've been killing chickens so often, because of the fact that then I get lots of feathers. So I'm going to clear out my inventory and head over towards the farm, and we will continue with some of the projects that we're working on over there. Something else I forgot is I did actually brew a bunch more potions as I've been sitting here today. So tons of potions ready to go for whenever, you know, whenever I'm having issues. So, and it's like I was saying yesterday, I don't feel like I need to brew them super frequently, but it is nice to always have a decent amount of them on hand. And I realized I do have a decent amount of flint and feathers, so I'm going to make some more arrows real fast. And I feel like there was another reason, too, why I started recording again. Something else I was going to show you. But for some reason... Oh, I think one of the things I was going to show you is... I have so many pairs of boots now because of the fact that I keep going into the nether without... without foot protection, without gold, and I keep wearing iron, and then I end up having to just craft it while I'm there, which is silly of me. But let me make a whole crap load of arrows real fast here. Look at that! It's the most arrows I've had throughout this Let's Play so far. That is super, super nice. Where should I keep... I hate when I do that. Where should I keep excess arrows? Should I just keep them in here? Oh yeah, by the way, someone also commented, so many comments that I've been reading, that the trident, like, it's apparently it is pretty crazy that I got that when killing that one drowned. Like, after killing one, ended up with the trident. So that was kind of lucky, kind of cool. And also something that I hadn't really noticed, there was a comment or a couple of comments on the very first episode of this, so whatever that was, like 21 days ago, or maybe 22, I don't know, about a pink sheep that I saw out in the wild. And apparently pink sheepses are, seeing them in the wild, it's like a 0.578% chance or something that a pink sheep will spawn. And apparently I just kind of looked at it and kept walking because I had no idea. So we found some cool stuff, some pretty rare occurrences. Like I've been saying, I want to get this. I probably pushed out a decent amount today. I mean, I don't know. I still don't know exactly what I want the crop area to look like. I want to use some sort of similar design to what I've done here for the actual animal pens. But obviously, the crops don't necessarily need to be enclosed. It's not like they're going anywhere. So because of that, I still got to figure out some sort of design related to that. So I don't really know how much space I'm going to need. So I think I'm just going to kind of push this hill out this way for a little while until I kind of go, all right, this is enough space to at least get started with something. Because I'd like to get everything, at least a few things down and growing today before the end of today's episode. Mostly the wheat, because I'm not even going to be able to continue breeding the animals, specifically the cows and the sheep, until I've got wheat growing, because I basically have no wheat right now. So, also, as I've been going through this, I now have two double chests of dirt. So I'm thinking, even though I've been saying that I want to save like every item, I'm beginning to wonder if I should just start throwing dirt out, which I have been doing at times, because it's not like I'm going to need that much, and 2 double chests of dirt, I mean, that's more than anyone could probably ever need. Unless I ended up deciding to do some sort of massive, like, I go out in the middle of the ocean and I decide to build a massive farm in the middle of the ocean, but why would I do that? So anyway, lots of dirt. So I'm gonna keep pushing this out. Once I get a decent amount of space, we'll start figuring out a design for the actual crop growing area. So at this point, a lot of this dirt that I'm pulling down is really just being moved, because something I wasn't thinking about is the fact that because of the way that this mountain was shaped, as I'm pulling stuff out of here, and with how far out I've made the animal pens, I really have to expand the ground here, just because I want it to be sort of like a straight area, and then eventually, so from down here it looks weird right now, it's just gonna look like a dirt wall, but eventually I'll sort of regrade this and make it where there's actually like a type of slope or something like that, or maybe we'll even do, I don't know, who knows, maybe I'll even put something over there where it's just totally hidden. I don't know what all is going to be built in that area yet. So it's kind of nice that just as I take dirt down, I can just move it over here. But the thing is, now that kind of with where I'm at in the mountain, a lot of it now is stone. It's not as much dirt. And so because of that, it's taking a lot longer, because I can just fly through. I can basically just turn, I can basically just like turn my head over and over again, and it's like, boom, fly through the dirt. But with this, it's fast, but it takes a little bit longer, so I can't fly through it quite as fast. So it's taking a bit of time. But as I'm regrading the ground over here, we're getting to a spot where I feel good about sort of the size area that I have to work with for crops at this point. So I might start with this just to at least get a design going. But before I even jump into that, something that I wanted to do so that this whole area over here is kind of just done, and I don't have to necessarily keep coming back over here, is, for one, let's cover this in. This was all here as I was trying to figure out, for the chicken farm I was trying to set up, I was trying to figure out how to get all the water to move towards the middle, because the water mechanics don't work the way I remember. So I couldn't get everything to just move towards a centralized center block. So I'll have to figure that out eventually. But for now, I've got this screenshot up here of what I kind of did for the middle design yesterday, because I couldn't remember exactly what I had done. So I need this, and I'm gonna need that, and I'm gonna need the walls, and I can't remember. I think I had chisel stone. So the way that I had this set up yesterday was I did this in the middle, and then these along the edges. And I did end up really liking this. Looking back at the recording, I realized I did like this design, and I probably should have just stuck with something minimal like this instead of trying to build that huge box that I was trying to build for the purpose of that farm. Okay, so then this needs to go there, and then we go out one. Yeah, we go out one in all directions. Ooh, and you know what? Yeah, I am going to want to get carpet in between these as well. Like I said, I want to get it on all the corners and stuff, so I'll get them in between each of these pens as well, because then it'll be easier to jump between them when I need to do stuff like this, because right now I gotta totally leave and jump back in. And once some of the sheep get going, it'll be a little easier. But so far, I don't have a lot of sheep because I haven't really been able to breed them. All right, so then, yeah, this needs to go out, and then from there, how did I have this? I think I had another one of these blocks right there. It looks like, or wait, how did I have that? I actually maybe what I did was, looking at the screenshot, I can't totally tell. Oh, I think I did that actually. And then maybe this here, because then it adds a little bit of an effect there, like a little bit of depth. And I'm going to shriep real fast. That way nothing spawns, because I don't have torches down in a lot of this area right now. Crap. Okay. Yeah, so does that look... So looking back at the screenshot, I mean, I think that's basically what I did. And then from there, what we'll do is... Then we can put the chisel down, and then this would go on top, and then from there we would need these to go up by, it looks like maybe I did, it was either 3 or 4. I literally, yesterday as I was doing this, was just placing blocks down, so that's why I don't remember exactly what I did, because of the fact that I was literally just putting stuff down until it looked somewhat like I was a competent builder. And so now looking back at the... Ooh, actually, wait a second. Do I want... Hang on. Let me think about this. So I could potentially... No, I think I still do want to put a block right in the middle here, because that was my plan yesterday. And originally I had tried putting iron in the middle there. But then I think what I want to actually do is put wheat in the middle, because it just makes sense for the farm. So like a not wheat, but a hay bale. Oh, and now I can't get out of here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, then once I actually have hay, a hay bale will go right there in the center. And I think that's essentially what I had built, because looking at the screenshot here, yeah, that seems about right. It may not be exactly the same, but I think it's pretty close. So then, yeah, wheat will go up there. And I think that'll be, I like that. I mean, I think that's a cool design for the center of these pens here. So one of the things I'm probably going to have to do is pull up a lot of this on the ground as well. A lot of this stone, and put grass down. But I haven't done that yet, or dirt down. I haven't done that yet because I don't know how much of this space I'm necessarily going to use in terms of like farmland. So I figured, all right, it's silly to put all the dirt down now when I don't even know which spots are going to need dirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting a general design going here for how I'm going to have all these crops set up. Also, I need to go and clear my inventory again. So I'm going to do those couple of things, come up with a bit of an idea, and then we'll continue on here. Okay, so this farm project might end up being a bit more extensive than I was originally planning on it. Initially, what I was thinking was just doing basically the pens here and then expanding the farm out here for crops, obviously. Like that was the original plan. But then I started thinking, I've always kind of wanted to do some sort of, like, I've seen a lot of people do circular type builds, and I've always thought that looks cool if it's executed properly, but obviously everything's square, so you kind of have to be strategic about the way that you make something circular. So what I was thinking is, it would be kind of cool if having this square area for all the animals, if that was here, and then maybe doing like a circular thing around this where the crops go. And that would make this huge. It would look cool, but I think it could be... I don't know, like it'll be an extensive project. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. If I do something like this, and by the way, I just learned a few minutes ago that you could do this. So if I did something like this where it's kind of like, let's say 2 blocks, because I tried 3, and let me show you, if I were to go where, like from the corner, 1, 2, 3, and then here, wait, 1, 2, yeah, that feels like that would end up being a pretty big path between the pens and then the actual farmland. So I think I'm just going to do 2, and then that would mean that if I went maybe something like this, because then that would still be technically 2. I mean, like, again, we're trying to go somewhat circular here, so it's not going to be perfect. But if I kind of created something, crap, I'm doing all the double placing again. If I kind of created something like this, frick, then I would be able to sort of circularize this. And so then that would be 3. So maybe what I would want to do is some of these spots would probably need to be kind of straight. Well, they wouldn't necessarily need to be straight, I guess. But let's still, I'm going to run with this design for a second and see what I can come up with. I think the only thing that I'm wondering about here is I don't know that I like having a full block like this. I think that maybe everything surrounding the farmland also needs to be brick walls. Because I think I like the thinner look of it, I guess. Oh, and you know what I tried, like, I switched some of this coarse dirt over regular dirt, and I tried to turn it into dirt path, because I thought it would look cool if it was dirt path underneath these, but it automatically turns to regular dirt, unfortunately, so it's not an option. So, anyway, just thought I'd let you know, in case you were wondering. So let's say, I'm going to make, just so that I can start getting an idea of this, I'm going to make all of this dirt path. And you know what? It would probably be smart to not be using this shovel when I'm doing just things like that don't require speed. So here's what I'm going to do is, I thought I left, crap, I thought I left iron over here. Apparently I did not, but you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably smart to literally just use a bunch of cobble for these, but I'm also gonna have to go grab some cobble. Okay. Oh yeah, also something that I did is I started putting, since I was getting so many stacks of dirt, pulling it down from over here, I started sort of sloping this a little bit, just because I figured it was silly to totally throw out all those stacks of dirt after I just pulled them up. So I kind of used that to start regrading this over here to make it a little bit more sloped. That way it's not an eyesore. Not that I'll really be looking from that direction all that much. How many do I want? Let's just start with 3 for now. But even though I won't be looking from that direction all that much, at least it'll be somewhat pretty if I ever do. Okay, so yeah, path between these two we'll go with. And let's say if it was something like what if I went like this? Because I don't think that looks bad. Hey buddy, what you doing? I don't think that looks bad having a corner type thing like that. But here's the thing though, so what I want, because that would be 1, 2, and it's not as easy to necessarily, yeah, I mean, I guess that looks fine. I know sometimes when I'm building, I'm not speaking in complete sentences, and I apologize. It's because I'm thinking real hard, just thinking really hard. Yeah, so I think that this could be kind of a good design. I just need to, I feel like, figure out some of the ins and outs of how I want it to look. And I think eventually underneath here, I'll probably go coarse dirt as well. But I want to get the spots where the walls are going to stay first. So let me keep working on this for a couple minutes, and kind of get another, I don't know, get the brain juices flowing. That's so nasty saying it like that, but it's true. All the juices are sloshing around in my brain. Oh, and then, wait, so would I want this to come this way? Like, having it too wide here. I think my concern here is too wide in some of these spots. Is it going to feel like it's too tight, or do I want it to be 3 in some spots? Because I feel like in some spots 2, I don't know. Yeah, 3 just feels like it might end up being really wide. So I think I am just going to keep it 2. But then here's what I'm curious about. Should I do something like this instead of... Yeah, because I almost wonder if having it curved in the corner like that, if that, like, is that necessary? Does that even look good? Because that, then you're looking at 1 block between there, so I don't want it to be like that. Here you're looking at 2 blocks. And so maybe what I could do to, like, circularize it in these spots is maybe this could be... Or wait, we could do something like this, and then maybe this block here. Let me pick this up real fast. So that could go like that, and then maybe... Well, I don't really want to push back farther, so maybe I will just leave it like that, and then on these corners, I can do the same thing as these. Oh, but you know what? I would probably want it to be... So 1, 2, I would want it to be here, so that it aligns with that. I think is probably what's going to look best, because I was going to say I'd put it here, but that's not going to be exactly diagonal, and I know that that'll probably drive me nuts. And so then that also means probably at these corners I should do that. But then this feels... That means that wall there feels somewhat... Wait, actually... Is that how I want it? Because that's 2 blocks, and it'd be directly diagonal. So I think that's how I would want it. But there's part of me that goes, maybe instead, maybe what I should do is this. Like if I took this down, instead of going diagonal like that, maybe what I should do is put it right here so that it's directly across from it. And then maybe do like another one here directly across. But my concern is then, again, we might get to a point where it's like too many lanterns. Yeah, so let me mess with this. I'll be back. So I changed my mind about 3 wide being too much, because I feel like when the path is 2 blocks wide, these being only 2 blocks apart, these like light pillars, looks really weird. They just look kind of squished. The only thing now that I'm trying to figure out, and then I can really get started with some sort of larger design here, is oops, spawned outside the wall. For corners like this is kind of what I'm looking at here. Let me just show you so that you kind of get an idea of what I'm thinking. So the problem is you've got then 3 spots here that have these light pillars. Oops, hang on. Double clicking again. So I feel like 3 of them together like this looks kind of weird. I think the only way that maybe I could make it not look weird is if I actually just added a 4th one to right there. So then each of these corners, because yeah, that just looks weird having them that close together, I feel like. But let me look and see what this looks like if I have a 4th one, I guess. Let's see. So if that's there, dang it. I don't know why sometimes I don't have issues with the double clicking, and then other times I do. Okay, so and then let me do that again. Yeah, so that just feels like a lot. It feels excessive. So maybe what I should do then is... Ooh, you know what? Okay, so let's say that I'm gonna take this down. I really don't think I need one in this corner. And I'm still deciding on if I want to do something circular, like I said before, because I was considering doing something where like this wall was a big circle around the animal pens. But now I'm kind of thinking that maybe just doing something like this where it's more straight type paths maybe could look fine, and it would also be easier than trying to circularize everything. And yeah, see, am I wrong, or does that look weird? I just feel like it does. But regardless, like I can keep working on that in a second. Let's continue the wall down this way, and I'll have entrances along these to get into the actual farmland. And I'm thinking maybe those could be... Would it be weird to have them right on these? Like, it's same spots as where the carpet is going to be? Because, I mean, I don't really... There's nothing that I'm trying to keep in here since it's all going to be crops. So it kind of makes me think that maybe I should just have it set up like this so I can just walk in and out rather than having to even jump the wall in the first place. But I don't love the idea of these not being connected, I guess. But I could have it like that at every single one. Just these are it's open there, and these are almost like scarecrows or something. All right, I'm gonna keep placing stuff down here. I'm also gonna break up some of this and put dirt down so that I can turn this into dirt path. And this is where I might have to start pushing this backwards, because if I want to do something that goes all the way around the pens, then I'm going to need to go all the way over this way, curve around, and go behind there. But then, of course, that creates extra work too, thinking about the fact that I'm going to have to expand this because this is where farmland would be then. Okay, I'm making some headway here and figuring out what I want this to look like. So I'm scrapping the circular idea. Even though that would be cool, I'm just not that talented. No, it's just, I feel like that definitely would take a lot of time. But I'm liking sort of the direction that I'm headed here. So this is what I'm thinking. So I close this off because I realize, obviously, there's not even a spot where there's going to be carpet here. So if I have it where each of the places where I would jump over these walls to get into the pens, if there's corresponding holes over here to get into, like, actual cropland, then I think it'll work well, just kind of having it at the same spot. So I started with just one, but then I decided maybe 2 wide would be better, because this is, let me show you again what I'm thinking. I kind of like to show you, that way you kind of have an idea of where I'm coming from with what I feel works and what doesn't. So if I go straight from a 3 wide path to 1 like this, even though it'll be going into where there's crops, 1 just feels really thin, so I think doing 2 would work better. And then we would have actual crops in the center here. And what I could do is, and some of this, honestly, like, even though it needs to be functional, and I need to be able to, like, quickly manage my crops and things like that, some of it really is for aesthetics too, obviously. Like, I'm not just looking for functionality. Because there will probably be crops growing in here that I never really use, but they're more here just because it looks good and it makes it look like my farmland is more full or something. So what I'm thinking is yeah, like, this would be another spot here where this would open up into an actual dirt path. And to begin with, I think maybe I'll make the dirt paths close to where the wall is, because then I can at least maybe start getting some of the farmland put down, or some of the crops put down, and then I'll really get an idea of what this is going to look like. I think back here is what I'm trying to decide. How do I want that to end? Like, do I want to put another pathway back here that's going to lead out that way? Because I'm thinking that instead of turning this into farmland here, because again, then I'm going to have to place a whole bunch of dirt and stuff, I will just continue expanding this way, and then I kind of continue my original plan anyway, and we'll just have crops headed out here. So here's the other thing. I wonder if do I want this wall here? I'm kind of thinking, because if I have this wall here, then it would mean that I would probably want a wall, like, on either side as well. But then at that point, you're severely limiting farmland, I feel like, because then you're just growing in these tiny little squares, and I don't think that that's necessary, because this is more to separate, this wall is to separate the main path from the rest of the farmland, so we don't really need stuff separating each area of farmland as well, I guess. And I don't know what I would do here, like in this just strip of dirt, or strip of grass. I'm not sure what I would want that to look like, and I'm also... Imagine that. Somehow I'm out of dirt blocks. Whenever I've been out of dirt blocks, though, I've just been kind of clearing out more sections that are going to need to be cleared anyway. So what I can probably do for now is, since I need dirt blocks, why don't we start clearing some of this back here a little bit, because of the fact that they're probably... there will probably end up being a path back here. I'm thinking. I don't know yet. But I mean, this dirt will probably have to go eventually anyway, so it doesn't hurt to clear this out. But then I think this will also kind of going with this design. This will also make it where we can have like the light pillars like this corresponding with the spots where the pens are. So a corner, middle, corner. And then I'm thinking, since this won't reach into actual farmland, this I'll probably just take away. I don't think we necessarily need lights on the side of the path that isn't even going to go into where crops are going to be. I mean, not that I don't want this lit eventually, I do, but I think that, again, just having a whole nother thing there, I think is overkill in terms of lanterns. So, man, look at how fast I get stacks of dirt with this machine gun shovel. It's crazy. Okay, so then this, and I still haven't been using my diamond shovel to turn this into pathway dirt or whatever it's called. And then I guess this could just kind of stretch a long way. Like, I think it would look cool if it stretched a super far distance, because then it would look like we've just got long stretches of farmland going on. And then since, let me see, and what I want to make an entrance here for farmland here, would this be, or well, you know what I could do actually, is I could just do this. Let's put this down here, and this is kind of what I've been talking about, is how sometimes when I get to the edge, I have to actually extend the land a little bit right now. So if I continued the wall this way, then this could be a little section of farmland as well, but just there wouldn't be an entrance specifically because you can just access it from right here. So I think that might be a smart idea. Okay, so let me keep working on this. I'm going to keep getting these paths set up and getting some of this stone pulled out. And soon I'll actually start getting, like as I get this stone pulled out, I got to put more dirt down in here. That way I can actually till this. And then we'll start figuring out where to set up sections of water. Like I'm thinking maybe it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe like here would be a little section where there's water, and then go 5 more. Because like I'm still pretty sure that that's how far water reaches in terms of farmland before the soil would just be untilled or whatever. I think that it's usually like 5 blocks in all directions. So if I had it like here, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we couldn't really go any farther because of the pathways. But then 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we could probably go farther now that I think about it. So we could really probably go here. I don't know. I'll figure that out in a second. So I will be back. Okay, progress is being made. Progress is happening. And I think I have the overall size of the farm ready to go. And I'm kind of getting walls and stuff put down. I'll show you in just a second. So some of this was down a few minutes ago when you saw, or for you, like 2 seconds ago. So here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take the farmland all the way out to here. So then we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that I think about this, since these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. This then. So these are 4. I think the only thing is it'll be kind of weird. Like, where exactly am I gonna place the water? So maybe I'll wait to till this. But basically, I'm thinking that I'll have this farmland here, and the reason that I'm digging out back here is because however deep I decide to make this, I want to do the same thing on this side, and then go ahead and do the path along this side of the farm as well. So it'll be, and I've been doing 3 everywhere. Let me switch my cheval out. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So this will be the path going down this way, and then we'll do a wall there as well. Or wait, actually, how will this go? Because the path is 3, and then we'll have that there on the corner. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So then on the fourth block, so 1, 2, 3, and then on the fourth block here, yeah, okay, so that is right. That's where that next wall would go. And then I was thinking that something that could be kind of cool is instead of just like for the irrigation system, I'd like to have something that's kind of like an actual irrigation system, sort of, that doesn't, like, not that's necessarily operational or anything. Like, I'm not going to set up some sort of fancy redstone contraption, because as I've said, that's just not my strong suit in this game. But I still think it would be cool if there was some sort of like irrigation type thing, just in terms of how it looks aesthetically. So if we did like, let's say every fifth block was a spot where there was water, even though, like I said, I think I could technically do every sixth block, because I think it would reach, but I think I'm just going to do every 4 just to be safe. So a couple things that I've come up with are, because I've just been trying to figure out, like, what do I want the irrigation to look like. So one option is to literally do that, which is kind of nice. I didn't realize the water would stay there if you did that. So that'll just cover it up, and then it's literally never going to be in the way. But again, I think it would just be really cool if I could get maybe something, almost something floating on here. And the reason I say floating is because it couldn't be right on the block, because then it would get rid of the water. But what if we did, let's try a couple things here real fast. What if I did something like, I don't know, let me just try to throw something together, see what something like this would look like. So if that was kind of popping out like that, and then maybe if we went like this, because then I could still grow stuff underneath it. Do I like that? Do I not like it? Because again, yeah, it'd be easy to grow stuff. Oh wait, but would crops won't fall inside there, right? Let me try to just like throw an item and see. It will fall in there. Oh wait, but I can actually, okay, wait, so I can actually pick it up. Okay, so maybe that's not a problem then. I was gonna say, when I'm farming, I just don't want things to fall in there and then you can't get to it. So yeah, that could be kind of cool for the farmland. The only thing that I'm wondering is that going to be, again, I'm just thinking about bulkiness. Everything in Minecraft, I feel like you have to be careful about how bulky things are. Yeah, and I don't like that, because then I don't like the look of that, plus it also ends up taking up spaces that I could be growing stuff. What if I did it, how would it look if it was 3 high? I feel like 3 high is going to be too much. Yeah, I don't like that. I feel like smaller, it almost looks like a sprinkler system type of thing. Like if it's something like this. But it kind of makes me think, should I do a different block? Like, should I do a different type of wall? Or is there an entirely different block that would work for this? And I guess, really, I could put lanterns on this as well. Or I could do something like that. But I do think that I don't think that I like it taller than that. What would this look like if that was on there? I feel like that looks a little weird. But I do think that I like this overall concept for something like, what if I had it on like all 4 of these? Ooh, that looks like I don't know why. It almost looks like a crown. Like I don't know why that's the image that it's evoking in my head is it's like some sort of royal crown. But yeah, so I could do something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. For the time being, I'm just gonna leave it that way. It's at least a start. Also, what I should do is I need to make another infinite pool though, because of the fact that I ended up getting rid of the one that was up here because I as we were working yesterday, it was just in the way more than anything. And where the heck is my... I know I had a hoe over here, didn't I? What the hoe happened to my hoe? I don't know. I don't know what I did with my hoe. Oh, well, you know what? I've got so much cobblestone. The hoe that I had over here, I wasn't using my diamond one or anything. I was literally just going to use my cobblestone. So let's just do that. All right, so let's start tilling some of this up. And I just want to make sure that this water is going to reach all of these sections. So I'm going to till an entire area here. And I'm also curious what this is going to look like. Yeah, I feel like having the dirt path right up against the tilled soil, I think that's going to look fine. I don't think that looks weird. Oh, you can till. That's weird. Okay, so I need to make sure. So can I switch that back? Oh, no. Okay. So note to self, once you till the dirt path, you cannot just switch it back to a dirt path. You have to break it again, which is interesting. And like I said, I do have that diamond hoe, but I don't have any enchants on it right now, and it seems, I don't know, it seems silly to even use it at the moment. And I literally only made a diamond hoe just because of the fact that I could, because I have so much diamond. Oh, wait, that's not going to, you know what, I need to go do this infinite pool now, because if I don't do that, then these sections aren't going to stay tilled. But I think to start with, I just want to get probably wheat growing, and I'm just going to do this right in front of all this stuff since my whole station is here. Charles, what are you doing over there? He's digging at something. But yeah, I think I'm going to start by getting wheat growing, because I just need that for breeding the animals. But then I also need to get carrots going so that I can be breeding the pigs as well. But right here, I think this whole section is going to be wheat. Let me get one more bucket of water, and we'll get at least this whole section tilled. And then I'm pretty sure I brought all of my, yeah, tons of seeds. I also brought some bone meal. So, and the reason I brought bone meal is not because I need a ton of wheat right here, right now, but what I would like real fast is to get the wheat necessary to be able to make the hay bale for this center thing, because then we can that'll just be done. And I think you need 9, right? Oh, so that's not even going to be enough wheat. All right, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. Yeah, so I just want to get the hay bale up there, because then I can just call that area pretty much completely done, at least for now. Obviously, I still am deciding what I'm going to put here. I might just make this all cows, since cows is still what I want my main food source to be. But, of course, I still need to decide what I want to do in terms of a chicken farm. Like, do I want to do some sort of redstone thing? Like, I've watched a lot of, or I shouldn't say a lot, I've been seeing people do showcases of good ways to farm chickens, where it basically just kills the chickens for you and then just drops like lava, basically burns them, and so then it drops cooked chicken and feathers just into a hopper, and it all kind of happens automatically. So I was thinking maybe I should do something like that. Maybe I should do like the old school type of thing that I was trying to work on yesterday, where it's just a square and then there's water pushing them towards the center. Maybe I was just doing it wrong, so I don't know. So I got to figure out something with chickens, and I just feel like just having a regular area, just throwing them in here, almost seems silly for chickens, because I know there's easier ways to do it. So I don't know. Oh, and I don't have oh, I did bring water. Okay. I was wondering why all this kept untilifying itself. Okay, so that is the first section of farmland, and I do like this. I think this looks good. But then let's see if I have multiple like irrigation things down. What's it gonna look like? And well, it will stay there. Oh, and you know what? Okay, I didn't realize that the water wouldn't disappear. So actually, it could look good just having it coming up out of the water, now that I think about it. That would look even better than just having it floating, because then it looks like it's magic or something. It's just sucking water out of the earth. Yeah, so I think that could work. Okay, so let me keep figuring out a couple, like I want to possibly add something to this. I don't know if I like that as a final design. So I will be back. All right, so after looking at this from the side, something that I was having a hard time with, I think, was the fact that these irrigation systems were so close together. So I did end up deciding to go one further block. So instead of it being on every 5th block where there's water, it's now every 6th block. And instead of having an irrigation system at each water source, it's going to be every other water source, and then the one in the middle will be a barrel. So underneath here, and let me tilt this because you can actually see there's a little like there's still a wall here, and it's weird. This must be a glitch or something that when the barrel's there, you can't even see that there's water. It looks like there's not water there anymore, but clearly there is because the soil is not untillifying itself. So, at least I'm hoping that it won't. I'm hoping that it'll stay tilled. So I think that this is how I'm gonna do it. And as long as this turns to like the darker tilled soil, and it's actually watered, then I'll know. Well, since it's raining, that's not really gonna help. I won't be able to tell now. But yeah, I think this is how I'm gonna do it. Because then we've got an irrigation system every other water source, so it's not too frequent. Plus, it's every 6 blocks, so it makes it even farther apart. And then having the barrel here is mostly for looks, but it'll be good too for storage throughout all this, I think. So, I'm going to, I think, let's do this. Do I still have, I do still have dirt on me. So, I'm going to wrap up this little section here, and then I'm going to replicate the same thing over there. Just that way we at least have like 2 sections done here. And I'm thinking maybe that'll be carrots over there, because since I just want this to just keep going, I'm thinking I just want it to go really far out in this direction rather than going around it like I was saying earlier. So I'm thinking if it goes really far out in that direction, this section can just always be wheat and it can just be really far out. So I don't necessarily need to make this wheat as well, because we can just make this continue on for days and days, I guess. But I'm kind of deciding too how, like, what's days and days? How far do I want it to go, I guess. So we'll see. But I kind of want to have every type of crop possible growing in here, including things like pumpkins and stuff like that, even though I'm not really going to need pumpkins necessarily for anything. Besides Thanksgiving, I'd like to make tons of pumpkin pie. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there's going to be certain things like pumpkins and probably beetroots as well that I feel like I'm not going to need that much of. But I'm still going to want to just grow it just because, again, it makes it look like I've got a ton of farmland then. Ooh, and you know what we could actually do is maybe I could go, like, let's say, let me dig this farther out. So, again, this is going... So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th. So let's say that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6th, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be where the next water source would go. So I want to try something here. What if I did something like this where it's like you basically got enough space for two irrigation things, a barrel and then another barrel, and then that's as far as this goes, and there's like another wall dividing, and then it's the next set of crops. So maybe everything here could be wheat then, and you just run further in to get to the other crops. Like, I think that could be potentially a good way to do it, because then it just breaks up the crops a little more. Then it's like, okay, this whole square is wheat, and then further down that way you get into something else. And I could even label it possibly with something just to make it look more professional and stuff, because I'm a professional farmer here. I also made a composter because originally I was considering putting a composter in these slots instead, but then ended up deciding that a barrel would probably be more functional and more useful. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this should go here. And part of what's making this take so long is the fact that I'm having to dig so much stuff out around here to make this happen. And then let's do this so that I at least have the next one marked out over here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then... Or wait, hang on. And let me pull my pick out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on this 6th block, this is where the next water source should go. And really, I should probably have my infinite pool over here rather than way away where I'm having to run to constantly fill it up. But I feel like there's not really a perfect spot where it looks pretty to put it at. And I'm all about making it look nice, clearly, since it takes me so long to get through a simple little thing like creating a farm. I wanted it to look pretty. I want it to look nice. Sue me. Okay, so let's replicate this. So we go 1, 2, 3, and then it comes off of each one of the sides. And for these middle things, I experimented with a lot of different stuff in terms of like, I mean, I even, like I said, I tried a composter over it, but I also tried different types of half slabs, seeing if that would look nice, and just nothing was looking good. And that, it doesn't look amazing, but I think that works. Oh, crap. So even putting a crafting bench on here apparently switches it back to regular dirt, which is annoying. So let's do another, actually, let's make 2, 3, let's do, wait, because 1, 2, 3, I guess I really only need 3 right now for the stuff that I'm currently working on. So we'll do that, and the reason I'm doing it that way is so that it's facing up, so that you don't see the handle as you're just walking by. Cool. And then so this is going to have to go further out too. And like I said, I think that we're just going to make this whole section wheat as well. And I need to sleep because it is currently becoming nighttime. And if I have such large sections of the same crop, it's probably going to take a little bit to fill the entirety of those sections with that crop, because I don't even have enough seeds right now in terms of wheat to fill like this whole section, because I'm thinking even over here I'll probably even end up doing wheat. We'll just make this whole thing wheat all the way out to there, and then continue something else past that, I think. So then let me think here. The other thing, oh yeah, okay, so the other thing was I did bring bone meal over here, and this is real fast. Before I do that though, let's actually dig this further out, so I just at least have a reference of how far this needs to go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this block is where the next thing of water should be, right? 1, 2, oh wait, no, that's not right. 1, oh no, duh, because, okay, hang on a second, because I forgot, we're not counting from this one, we're counting from this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it should be this one is where the next one should go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's all coming together. All right, so make that perfect. Okay, so then that's where the next irrigation thing will go. Let me dig this out a little bit, because then at least we have a line of sight between these two irrigation things, and I can just make sure that they're lined up properly. So it's going to take a lot more digging out like as I work on this over the next few days. And we'll probably, like, tomorrow we might not work on farm stuff. I don't know. I try to kind of switch it up and not be in the same area working on the same thing for too many episodes straight. But sometimes I get excited about a project and I just want to keep going. Let's go ahead and put all this dirt down, I guess. And then we can at least like get this tilled, and then it's not really tilling when you do this. Dig it or whatever, like turn it into, path it out, I don't know. Something like that. This hoe is almost broken though. Okay, all of this does not need to be hoed, but this needs to be pathified. So make that path all the way out to there, and then I have lots of digging to do. Okay, so since I have bone meal, let me get the rest of this so we can make an actual. Ooh, that one's actually done. So that we can make an actual hay bale, and put it up in that spot that I've set up over there. And I'm constantly over here because I'm not at home and I don't have like all my chests. I'm just constantly running out of space and just having to. I mean, I am at home; it's right there, but you know what I mean. I don't have all my normal chests available, so my inventory's filling up, and I'm just kind of having to dump it somewhat sporadically into those chests over there. Okay, so does that get me? Yeah, so that's enough. So let's make this. So I'll put this up, and then we'll probably wrap up for today. We've been going for a while now. So this, I also, yeah, of course, I'm going to need more carpets for all these edges. And then can I reach this? I probably can, right? Boom. Oh, actually, though, I think I want it to face upwards, don't I? I think that would probably look better. Just because of the fact that, like, where the actual ties are at. I think it would look better if it wasn't... Ooh, I knew I couldn't jump that. What am I thinking? Yeah, I think it would look better if the actual ties are going, like, around rather than... Like, if they're horizontal rather than vertical, I guess. But how... I think I'm probably going to have to do it like this, right? Perfect. All right, so let me get down and see how that looks. I think that's what I'm envisioning. Believe that's what I want. And since I haven't had wheat, I haven't bred anything in a while. This is the same amount of cows I've had for forever. Yeah, so I mean that kind of creates the idea that I was thinking of. I think though maybe I might want to do like maybe another hay bale above it though, potentially. Just because again this doesn't matter. This is just a design for the middle of this, and it just seemed like it would make sense to put hay in there since it is a farm. So I don't know. Maybe we'll experiment some more with that. But I think that's going to do it for today. This is kind of like the preliminary steps of the farm getting going, and I did not mean to almost untilled that so. Yeah, so we're off to a good start here, and now that I have a general idea of how I want all of this to look, from here it'll just be a lot of like digging blocks out that don't need to be here, expanding this, getting paths put up, getting walls put up, and all that, and eventually we will have a massive farm that spans for miles and miles. Probably not that far because I don't know if I necessarily want to go that far, but it's gonna be huge for sure. So that is gonna wrap us for today. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would highly appreciate it if you would leave a like, maybe a comment, and also hit subscribe. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.